important decisions that were taken by the cabinet. The first decision was to amend the Meghalaya Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act 2006. As you are aware that even last year this particular act was amended, and this is done because obviously Government of India has allowed different state governments to increase the budget borrowing based on reforms that are taken by specific states on an annual basis. Even last year, the reforms that were taken place by the state government in different departments allowed us to increase our budget borrowing limits up to 4%. And this year again, based on the power reforms that we are taking, there will be 0.5% increase in the budget borrowing that is allowed, and that annually it has to be amended. So the particular act and through an ordinance is being amended today. Second is the proposal for adaptation of NCERT textbooks based on certain modifications in certain subjects will be done by MBOS from now on, and this decision has been taken, and by that I mean in the coming academic year the process is going to start, and we will see this adaptation taking place as we move forward. But immediately the cabinet decision that has been taken today is to allow the adaptation of the NCERT textbooks with necessary modifications from class 1 to class 10. And there are certain schools that are in local language, in vernacular language, the classes are taught. For them, from class 1 to 5, the adaptation or the necessary changes in the language will be done. And once the translation and language is done, then the adaptation will take place. Let me just go into the background of why this is important. This is important because we have a concern in the overall education system, and after doing thorough research and consultation with different stakeholders at different levels in the education system, we have come to the conclusion that most of the textbooks that are being used in MBOS, especially when it comes to these three standardized subjects, which is science, English and mathematics, the books are not at the standards of the national level, and hence to improve the overall quality of the textbooks, we are adopting this. That's number one. Also, number two, that in terms of the learning outcomes at the elementary stage, the textbooks that we are using currently are not in conformity with that particular aspect, and hence to bring us in line with the learning outcomes at the national level, we are changing this textbooks. And this changing of the textbooks will also lead to a reduction in the number of textbooks being used at the different class levels. Just to give an example to you, that under the MBOS right now, for class 1, 2 and 3, there are 11 textbooks that are recommended. But under NCERT, there are only 4 textbooks. So hence the number of textbooks will go down drastically. In fact, for class 5, if I recall from the presentation, there were 17 textbooks under MBOS, whereas for under NCERT, it is below 10. It is about 8, 9 something. So therefore, there will be a large reduction in the number of textbooks that will be used. There will be increase and improvement in the quality of the content that will be imparted to the students. It will be in conformity to a large number of requirements at the national level, including the learning outcomes. And hence, this process is being done. And this also is being done in a larger scale, keeping in mind the state curriculum, SGF they call it. So that particular SGF, state curriculum also, the amendments to those, or rather the drafting of those aspects will also be taken up. and we will ensure that the curriculum also is adapted to the national curriculum, and with, of course, necessary adaptation to local contents, because we are very, very clear as a cabinet that the subjects in which we require local knowledge, local content based on our culture, based on our history, and based on our uniqueness, all these aspects should not be diluted, and hence the subjects where these matters or the subjects are there, we will take necessary steps to adapt the NCERT content and come out with our own textbooks, but the content will be based on the NCERT norms and standards. We expect that in the first phase we should be able to implement things by the next academic year, and in the next academic year we will see almost most of the reforms being implemented, and hence this is a massive exercise and a very big decision, and hence all the stakeholders, including the DERT and the MBOS and the teachers and different schools, have all been taken on board, and we are going ahead with this particular decision. Number 3, we also have decided today that a permanent Meghalaya Education Recruitment Board. As you are aware that we had come out with a health recruitment board, and the main reason for this was that there were a large number of vacancies and MPSC was not able to conduct the examinations on time. And if you recall, we had a gap of about 5 years for the teachers, for the doctors to be appointed. But as soon as we came out with the health recruitment board, we were able to recruit 500 doctors in a matter of 3 months' time. Similarly, there are close to about 187 vacancies as we speak in the education, especially in the higher and technical education, even secondary and higher secondary and other levels. And hence we strongly feel, and in some cases the vacancies have been there for almost 3 to 4 years also, and hence we strongly feel this board should be there, and this recruitment board should complete the recruitment process within the next 3 months to maximum 6 months time for these vacancies. And another decision which we took was that this recruitment board will also be the overall arching board that is going to take care of the recruitments of all education related matters, and hence school teachers education also. Once we complete this current phase of recruitment of teachers which is going on, then this also will be brought in within this recruitment board for education, so that there is one education recruitment board. But the procedures and processes that are being followed for the respective recruitments will continue as they are right now, because school teachers are done at the division level, and therefore those processes will not change, but the entire the management of the recruitment will come under this particular education board. So that was also another major decision. All the vacancies that are there pending in the education department will be filled up very, very soon. As I said, within 3 to 6 months we expect to complete it. The fourth decision that was taken today was the renaming of the labor department. As you're aware, that labor department is much broader than just simply looking at labor. It looks at other aspects of employment and many aspects of skill development, and hence we found it appropriate that the labor department's name as well as their activities should be broadened. The activities already are broad, and skill development to a large extent takes place via the labor department, and hence we have decided to rename the Department of Labor as Department of Labor, Employment and Skill Development. So these were the 4 decisions that were taken in the cabinet today. Thank you very much.